Alright, so the first thing I should probably mention is that there won't be a video Friday and Saturday, possibly even Sunday. Just keep that in mind. By the time the first person watches this video, uh, then it'll probably be that time anyway. But my videos have been consistently getting 1 view, and I know I haven't been viewing. There was one video where there's 20 views from me because I was trying to figure out how to authorize a comment, because for some reason my YouTube is set up that way, but that's not important. I think I might as well just for this series I'm just gonna talk about each victory type, because I mean that's basically the whole point of the game. Like everything you do should be leading up to that victory type. Unless you're the kind of person who like understands you won't win, so you'll try as hard as you can to get someone else to win or like screw someone over. But that's not really the honorable way to play. But then again, I've had that happen to me not very often in multiplayer. Either I'm completely wiped out or I'm like one of the lead people. There's usually no in between for me. But then again, out of the 3 games I've played, finished, I've won 2 of them. One of them I probably could have won, but I tried the XCOM thing with only 4 cities, not enough production. Because I started on some shit island and I was going up against someone who had like half the world, but they were behind in science. I could have done it, but that was a mistake on my part. So for this, let's just remove all these first off. I'm going to be talking about diplomacy in the World Congress. Now, this is for the diplomacy victory obviously. I've kind of talked about that in the previous episodes with like globalization and the patronage tree. I'll go more in depth now, but like I've talked about also what's it for? The ideologies, I think I talked a bit. But so I'll probably start the World Congress. So the World Congress, like once you meet every civilization, and after that, once you discover the printing press, then the World Congress is founded. And right now it's the United Nations, but it starts out as the World Congress. Basically, you get to vote on things. Like, the resolutions that, well, obviously there's a host first off, and that's from the person who actually discovered everyone. Projects underway, that's World's Fair, International Games, and International Space Station. You can switch production in your cities to those. So, for example, I could switch my capital to International Games. I think it just got enacted because it said 0. And then it contributes cities production, so this much towards the International Games. And whoever gets the most, they win. And there are like certain amounts, like for example, in order to get the Bronze Award, which is just +3 happiness, you need 241 production. Now, for the Silver Award, you also get the bonus of the Bronze Award. So on top of +3 happiness, you get a one-time increase of 30% with city-states. And then the Gold Award it's not based on how much production you contribute. It's based on the highest one. So if like, let's say everyone contributes, the highest could have like only 500 something production and they would still get it. Or they could do the entire thing by themselves and have like 1,000 or 1,500. So it doesn't matter how much production you put in specifically, it's relative to everyone else. Don't have my water again. I don't know why I forget. And then you can embargo people, which means that they simply can't trade with other players. You can embargo city-states as well, but you don't really vote for that. Embargoing other players are more popular. You can also ban luxuries and you don't get happiness, so like crab, jewelry, and pearls, all of which I think I have. You can also get these two are actually in the same thing. I think it's, these are, I don't remember, but you can vote on something that gives +2 culture to great percentile improvements and +4 culture from landmarks. I think it's historical landmarks. I think that's literally what it's called. But yeah, I can just view all. Yeah, that is historical landmarks. And then you can vote for sciences or arts funding. I've already talked about this. Sciences funding increases generation of scientists, engineers, and merchants by 33%, while decreases generation of great writers, artists, and musicians by 33%, and vice versa for artist funding. Possible resolutions: choose host. That's not proposed, it's just every certain amount of turns, including the World Congress, not just for the UN. But for the World Congress, you usually vote for other people because you can get them leader, but in the UN, you don't, because that'll end the game. Embargo states, like I said. Ban luxuries. Standing army tax. It just increases unit maintenance cost by 25%. It's obvious. Scholars and residents. If this is like if civilizations have research or technology, then I'm pretty sure that this doesn't stack for the amount of civs that researched it. So if you're like really far behind, let's say you're researching rocketry and 3 civs have already researched it. I don't think it's 60% faster. I still think it's only 20. But yeah, International Space Station, again, on our project. This one, it increased the production threshold for bronze and silver each time. And the rewards increase as well. So, for example, for bronze, and they're also relative to the what the project is. So you get a one-time research boost. For silver, free great scientists. And then gold is the International Space Station wonder appears in your capital, which isn't the Hubble Space Telescope, by the way. And anyway, it's pretty useful. You get production from scientists, science from engineers. Great scientists provide bonus science when discovered new technology. But yeah, it actually doesn't help directly with the spaceship. I mean, if you have the, for example, if you don't have all the technologies, then it might be helpful. But if you do, then it actually doesn't help your production. And I don't know what it means by +1 production from scientists, since I never actually got it. It might mean like production from academies or from specialists, I don't know. Cultural heritage sites, world's wonders provide +3 culture to the city, and this does stack. So if you have 5 wonders in the city, that's 15. Natural heritage sites, this one's obvious. Each natural wonder provides +5 when worked. Not as significant. Nuclear non-proliferation. Civilizations are preventing from constructing nuclear weapons. And then this is the key. Weapons already constructed are not disarmed. And anyway, they each of these, like some of these, for example, like International Space Station, you need satellites, and non-proliferation, you need advanced ballistics. You need some text for some of them, while some are available as like a base once you found the World Congress, like cultural heritage sites and natural heritage sites. But your uranium is still there, so you can still use it for like nuclear plants and stuff. World religion, yeah, that's hold on a moment. I actually might make a cut here. I'll see what I can do, but I have something to attend to. Is it recording? I don't hear it. It is. Alright, so I don't know why I said I had an event to attend to. I just really had to use the bathroom. But where was I? I was looking at the World Congress screen. View all resolutions. I was talking about world religion and ideology. So now, world religion, civilizations. I know this. Civilizations who have a majority of the cities in their empire following it gets 2 delegates for the World Congress. And this doesn't scale throughout eras. It stays at 2. Religion spreads 25% faster, and this I did not know. Holy City receives +50% tourism, so that could be really good if you're going for tourism victory, assuming you have a religion. Ideology. This is similar. You get civilizations that follow it get 2 delegates. And then this is kind of dealing with tourism, but public opinion in favor of the ideologies increased. I'm not sure how much. In both these, this one is with radio. Oh, because that's for ideologies. That's the general rush, or that's generally how people get ideologies. All of these I've already talked about. Other resolutions. Oh, wait. Both arts and sciences funding is in effect. What the heck? That literally just cancels out. But that's kind of like the World Congress. And city-states. You get, obviously, you get 4 from them, or at least the skills throughout the eras, but the leader, they get 2 for being the host. So, or actually, no, I think that scales, because at the start, it's only, they get 1 from being the host, 1 extra. So it's, they have 2, and then everyone else has 1. And then, once you hit a certain era, city-states come into play, and they each have 1 vote. So for every ally you have, that's 1 more vote you have to vote for. And that's really good, because sometimes if you get enough and there's 2 propositions, you can control both. Like, you can vote something up and then put enough votes in the other thing to vote it down. But that's generally if you have all the votes. And then 2 from World Wonders. Oh yeah, I have the Forbidden Palace gives you an extra 2 votes, and that's the Patronage Wonder. So yeah, that's really all there is to say. And once you get to like the modern era, it's 2 per city-state ally. And I mentioned this already. I actually don't think I went into the specifics, but with globalization, for every diplomat you have, you gain an additional delegate. So that can be really useful in going for the diplomacy victory. Yeah, I think I was going for that once in my Spain playthrough. I would have voted myself world leader, but if I had this, I could have won. Or I would have won earlier. But, yeah. I've kind of talked about that. And the city-state thing, for friendship, it's 30 influence. For alliance, it's 60. And each city-state has quests. So, like, you can look at it better on this screen. So, like that, they want a road. Vilnius wants incense. Vatican wants faith growth. And I'm actually in the lead, so. And they want porcelain, which is only available through other city-states. Sidon wants barbarians, or no, that's tribute from a different city-state, which I won't be doing. Mabanza wants a wonder, the Great Firewall. Alright. Quebec wants silk. Panama wants trade. Florence wants great engineer generation and Great Firewall again. Bratislava wants trade route, and then why am I at war with Singapore? Anyway. Oh, these people are afraid. Oh, they're afraid of just a few XCOM squads. You know what? I'm gonna do a turn of war. Why not? Let's see. I can just do a turn of war. Turn of war won't hurt. Lancers. What even are you? I don't even know why I'm doing this, but I have... Actually, I might be able to hit that. No, I'm 1 turn off. Bazooka? No, I'm 2 turns off. There's our cities, though. I don't have any vision, so I might as well just drop it here. And then giant death robots. Most powerful units in the game. Look at that. 1 shot in infantry. This one will do even about 100 damage. Oh yeah, they can 1 shot in infantry. I never knew how powerful they were. And especially, that's open terrain, which that's the best the giant death robots fight in. Am I actually at war? No, I'm not. That's good. I don't want to be at war. I think that's it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Anyway, so about city-states. If you complete these quests, they give a certain amount of influence. I'm not sure how it's scaled, but it's generally enough. I think it's always enough to make you friends, but I'm not sure whether all the time it's enough to make you an ally. I think it depends on which quest. And sometimes you can complete both at once if you're good enough. But yeah, that's with the quests, it's generally best because sometimes I think I've talked about this before, but you can have over 60 influence and still not be an ally if someone else is more. It's like what happens a lot of times is civs will have like 500 something influence in a city state, so you won't be able to get allies unless you're over 500. So that's quite a lot, obviously, but yeah, and city states in the game are actually in Civ 6. They're a thing, which that's pretty good. I remember that. They don't have World Congress though, so that's kind of lame. But city states, and there, I didn't mention this, but there's different types. So for example, mercantile that deals with food. So if you're allied, they'll give you food. And you also receive the resources a city state has. So if I'm allied with Quebec City, I get horses and incense. Fair enough. So mercantile, actually no, mercantile is trade. I'm thinking of maritime. Do we have no maritime city states? Oh no, maritime is doing with food. Yeah, I get +2 food since I'm friendly with them. I think with your allied, you get more food and food in your other cities, but yeah. Mercantile is dealing with happiness. They have an extra luxury to offer. Militaristic, they have a unique unit that they will offer you. And it can be from any civ, like literally, if I go to Valletta, what are they? The Berserker. Alright. And then religion, I'm not sure how much, but it's a certain amount per turn. 2 militaristics, already talked about maritime. That's for food. I think, culture. Yeah, that's for culture, definitely. And then more mercantile. Mercantile are generally the most important due to happiness. Happiness is a really important factor in this game, arguably more important than like science or culture, which I would actually agree with, because it does lead to growth, which is important in almost all aspects of the game. But yeah, so now with city states, you can give them gifts of uh 10 influence, 25, or 55, but that goes up if and this also depends on some of the personality traits. Like their personality traits can be randomized. Even if you have like a militaristic city state, I'm pretty sure one of their personalities can be friendly, but I'm not sure. I haven't really looked too much into the personality. I know what the traits do in the quests, but sometimes if they're offering gold, these will go up, so just be aware of that. And the cost won't go down, just the amount of influence will go up. Gift a unit, it takes like 3 turns to arrive, so you can't gift a unit if you want to get just 4 more points than your opponent 1 turn before the World Congress. 200 gold improve a resource. I never really had to do that because city states are generally good with that, but I'm not sure how that mechanic works. Alright, so now that you can pledge to protect, our sim point is increased by 5, and then protection cannot be revoked. Alright, this literally does nothing, or at least in terms of human players. But it's like a statement. This is more generally used for single player. Tribute can take 45 because I have the military power to do so, and I can take influence from this city state up here because they're afraid of me. I can take it. If you have the military power, you can. But generally, if they're more afraid than resilient, they can demand tribute. I mean, of course your influence goes down, but this is mainly just using a large army to intimidate them. And you can take gold or a worker, that's literally it. I think gold scales up throughout the eras, I know, because it starts at like 100 or so, and then it scales up. That's pretty much all I remember, because usually, sometimes you are able to like enslave a worker if you have a large military early game, and the gold is a lot less then. But now the gold will be worth more, because it's more than what you can use to buy a worker with. But anyway, also a city state's early game, it's generally a good idea if you find one to park your units outside, and then once you see them build a worker, take it. That's generally only used for early game, so their resting points can go down, and then you can work back up. But if I took one off, am I allied with any? No, but I am friendly with some. So if I took one off of Sydney or Thaza, I don't know, Lathaza. I think it's just Laza, but where is that in the map? Hold on. So if I just took one off of them, I can find them like this. Oh, they're at the very corner. But yeah, if I took one off of them, it wouldn't be worth it because I'd lose my friendship benefits. And even though it's a religious city-state, I'm still getting benefits. I forgot I had all these ones. Because I took his at the same time. And then there's his booster. I wonder how close anyone was to victory in this game. I should probably check that. Sure, it just healed 10 points. I'm actually going to check that real quick because I'm not sure how close I was. I thought this game was a pretty clean sweep, but it might have not been. Alright, so actually no one has even started building parts. They all just got the program, which I think I did as well. I think I got the program. Yeah, I did. I just haven't built any of the parts. And no one was close to culture. France got one, but that's all. And then no one was close to World Congress. That's kind of irrelevant, though. Yeah, but anyway, that's pretty much all there is to diplomacy. I mean, also you can. This is mainly for single player, but you can also do it in multiplayer. You can trade other players for your votes. I mean, everyone's. I'm at war with Rom-Com. I can probably trade peace for his vote. Probably won't be best. No, it's going quite well, Gandhi, unfortunately for you, but he actually won't. That's pretty hilarious. I have the largest military. 600,000 troops. It's not bad. But anyway, I might be able to trade one of these guys. Because Gandhi, I wasn't at war with him. I was actually at war with somebody else. But then again, they do have strict penalties. Oh, you need diplomat. I forgot about that, which I have 0 of. If you have a diplomat in someone's capital, you can trade votes. So, like, you can put some of their votes to something you want in exchange for, like, a luxury or to declare war on someone. That's a possibility. But that's only if you have a diplomat. Otherwise, you can't do that, like you just saw. But, yeah, that's kind of, that's not really having to do with city-states or the victory. Well, it is, but you can trade other people your world leader vote, I'm pretty sure. So they'll vote for you, but no one will really do that. It's more so for, like, voting for resolutions. So if there's something you want to get passed, then you'll trade them your vote. But, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all there is to it, I guess. Yeah, that's really it. I just noticed all of these little islands have a luxury on them. That's an antiquity site. Bison deer, bison horse, and they even built that on top of oil. But yeah, I suppose I could have sold that, but that's not really that important. This is the only one that doesn't. That's just a grassland, but that's not important. Anyway, there's this. That's kind of like, that's very similar to my island down here. That's basically it. But anyway, I think that's all there is to diplomacy and the World Congress and city-states, really. Kind of explained it all. But yeah, also, city-states you allied with will declare war, that's why I had to make peace with one of them. I think it was Singapore. Yeah, that's why I had to make peace with them. But that's literally the last thing there is to city-states. I think I'll finish up the series talking about military. I might do, like, a couple episodes after that on stuff I haven't covered, because there's still a lot to this game. It's really something that you kind of have to play to learn. I mean, you can listen to someone talk about it, and you'll have an idea, but you won't know until you actually play it, and, like, you understand the controls for yourself. Like, for example, I've had this game for probably at the start of Brave New World, and I only really understood it, like, completely just this year. So, or not this year, before then, because I was doing series, but last year. So, yep, tomorrow, like I said, I'll do military, so, yep, that's it, tomorrow it is then.